showing off his dance moves here as the game kicks off. Always fun to have a few graphical errors. Guys, if you're just joining us as well, welcome. This is the second game here between Bangkok Titans and MVP Blue. MVP Blue took a blisteringly fast first game against the Bangkok Titans, and now Bangkok Titans back against the wall. We're going to see if some of their funky picks, some of their good initiation, and their double teleport can carry them through this next game here, because they do have to win this if they want to keep their dreams alive.
And you have to say double teleport. I mean, single teleport's pretty standard, but double teleport smells like shenanigans to me.
Nice Dustbringer. They're actually spotting NDD on Rengar, who's very aggressive movement here from Bangkok Titans, but looks like both teams are actually going to invade their respective Wraith Red areas here, as we see Conquer move out on Shen, leading
now, we
the charge.
did not look at the NDD rune page, but not a lot of AD, not a lot of armor or magic resist. You're going to have to say this has to be an armor pen Rengar.
So that's interesting, because that's mainly obviously focused on doing a lot of damage to champions. I mean, yeah, you do plenty of damage to creeps still in the jungle, but you don't need too much armor pen. In fact, you might... I think I can figure out...
I believe it's 16?
He actually has 0 armor pen, so maybe not.
Interesting.
You can actually... oh, wait, it feels
you are correct.
And there's a nice list of singularity. I'm not sure.
Low level stuff, I guess.
Yeah, I kind of wish we checked it now.
Movement speed quintessences, I can tell you that much.
Always a good start. I do like the ward, by the way. They did get spotted by Lucent Singularity, but that was a nice ward put down there by MVP Blue. This ward just gives you so much information. In fact, we'll go ahead and toggle that for you. But you can just see how much vision they get. These entrances here, they can see the Wraith being done. They can see them moving down towards red. Just a great ward. Really, really what you want to do. And so they're going to know exactly how Rengar's starting. And as you mentioned earlier, Smithy, those early wards that we see, we didn't see any in the last game, but we are going to see one this game. And they just give you so much valuable information. You could see an almost parallel ward there from the Bangkok Titans. Just knowing where the jungler is really gives you a better indication of when they might be ganking your lane. And
it feels like the early wards are almost... I mean, it's a lot less precise, but it almost feels like you return to the Season 1 Clairvoyant situation of, hey, I kind of know where the jungler is the whole game.
Yes, you can just track them, and those wards, do a decent job of helping you find that out. I mean, back in those days, back in the CV days, and I certainly remember the CV days, I have cast so many instances of Clairvoyance, it's not even funny. But, you kind of, the path was quite standardized then. A lot of junglers did very similar or the same thing. You just have to kind of know which jungle was which and where they would most likely start. We didn't see a whole lot of that when the jungle first got remade recently, but nice interplay actually on the home. It's going to be decent damage here for Bangkok Titans. In fact, Urgot taking a lot of damage, but he turns around. He's trying to take out Graves. He needs to lock on, but he's not quite there. And Tarek will get the first blood regardless, but now Hermes getting chased down. Zeri's in a little bit of trouble though, and there's the double kill. One apiece for the bottom laners here for MVP Blue. And that has just got to be exactly the start they want. And that's the thing, you can't really afford to fight this lane like that early on. Because Urgot Tarek is so robust.
Sorry to speak over you. The subtle thing there was that Leona had gotten the experience there early. She was the first one to hit level 2. And that's a strong thing. Leona with levels is very impressive. But you're right, it's such a tanky lane, this Urgot Tarek combo. The extra, the 2 levels in Shatter at this point, probably only 1 during that engagement, and not the start Bangkok Titans wanted.
No, so the bottom lane that was pretty much looking to be aggressive and do a bit of snowballing is off to an early lead there in that particular lane, so looking quite nice right now. Urgot with a slight CS lead as well, though that's not particularly relevant right now, but what is relevant is those 2 Doran's blades that he's gone and picked up. That is an incredible boost to Urgot's already formidable early game power. And now the mid lane as well. Bangkok Titans Leah's in a little bit of trouble. Drive-by gank there from Nofi. Double buff for Nocturne right now. Gonna find himself a Rengar as well. He knows the ward's there, he knows what's up, but he's gonna get aggressed on. Nice response here from the Bangkok Titans, but Sunchip's coming in now as well. Nice dodge to the life binding. He's gonna come in. There's the Sinister's heal for a lot of damage. The Ignite goes out. The good heal there from Rengar. And Nofi's really trying for this one, but I don't think he's got quite enough. And Leah with a good bit of zoning there. And a nice clutch little heal there as well. I think bottom lane, yeah, we're in more trouble. Zeros goes down there as well to Hermes. And Urgot is just running over bottom lane at this point, which is really not what you want to have happen. I mean, level 6 you maybe expect to get killed, but 3 kills in the bottom lane already. Oh, perfect combo there with the Dazzle plus the Qs. And that's going to be an easy kill there for Urgot. And Urgot,
now, bot lane's kind of over at this point. I know it's a big thing to say at 4 minutes, but you pick Urgot to anti-carry, and he has 3-0-1. This is real bad. And this is all about Rengar doing his best to help, because this lane is boned.
Yes! Yes, it is. And what an appropriate phrase for it as well. I mean, this is what people were afraid of when Urgot was very popular, and turns out, you know what, he actually still does it pretty well. Especially when you try and man fight them. He's not even recalling in the bush. Look at him. Doesn't even care. Giant enemy Cragbot. Cragbot does what he pleases. What's he gonna get now? Oh, what possible thing's gonna happen? Top lane, Skill's in a little bit of trouble. Or SKLZ.
28 health.
Oh wow, look at Urgot's build. He is really pumping up the mid game. Old school style right now. Tear of the Goddess. Oh baby.
Well, I mean, he didn't really need to go into tanky items, and I guess he didn't have the gold for the Brutalizer, so I guess, you know, instead of the double swords, he's gone the mana min route, which means that, you know, every Tarek's son is going to have plenty of mana to land all those Acid Hunters.
Yeah, so this harass is going to be, that harass is going to be even worse there, and, you know, mana min is not too bad if you can fill that tier up quickly enough, and with the advantage they've already carved out for themselves. So, it was looking bad. I mean, Brutalizer would have just really compounded this advantage. He'll probably have it fairly soon. I don't think Hermes is particularly worried at this point in bottom lane. And look at Nofi, he's really just stalking through the jungle now on Nocturne, trying to find Rengar, which is hilarious because of course Rengar is the ultimate predator. Oh, he gets spotted there. There's minions going by. We'll spot him there. So I think he's going to back out now. Kind of realize he got spotted. Can't really find anything he wants to do. And Rengar's doing what he needs to do down here. NDD is looking to gank. But I don't know. Tarek Urgot's pretty robust. Nice sneaking here. Sneaks into the rush very nicely here though. He will soon anyway. Up. There we go. There's the pink ward to clear the vision out of the way. Bit of a tell from Bangkok Titans, but they can't afford to not give things away right now. They just have to try and make something happen here. Nice,
I mean, even in mid lane where you have to fancy the ranged champion against Katarina. Katarina is up 15 CS, which for 7 minutes, quite significant.
Yeah, I mean the thing is the matchup is generally favourable for Lux here, but you do have to space properly against Katarina, just like you would have with Heimerdinger, which somebody mentioned was a good matchup against Kat as well. Which I do agree with, but again, you really just have to play it right, because if you mess up against Kat is so good at punishing your mistakes. She just absolutely bursts you so hard. It's very hard to trade with Kat if you mess up. You know, and that light binding's a fairly narrow line as a skill shot. And Lux is definitely all about hitting them skill shots. So right now,
Shen's hit 6 in the top lane. Looks like he's not going for the quintessential Shen item, the harder gold rush. Looks like he's going to pick up a very early phage here, but he does have that option.
He does, and in fact he's very far ahead in that lane as well for early on here. 20 CS ahead is very significant. That kind of surprised me, to be honest with you. I didn't think the matchup was particularly favoured in anyone's favour really, but seems like Shen there is having a pretty nice time there on top.
So Nocturne is going to hit 6 from this blue, and are we going to see plan A down the bottom lane?
Well, certainly time. We've got level 6 for... oh, not quite level 6 for Urgot, but it should be soon. Yeah, it's very much on the way. A few more creeps. And Malphite's down here as well. Maybe part of the reason he's losing some CS. Was that a... no flash there. Just a quick draw. And no, not plan A. Nocturne's actually not coming bottom lane. And there are 4 members.
It's not like he needs to relieve any pressure.
But look at Bangkok Titans there. They know what they need to do.
Here we go.
Stun there onto Hermes. Good unstoppable force, but it only gets me 5. Here comes the teleport in as well, and there's the swap. Lear comes in there. Does a bit of damage. A laser coming out there from Lux as well. And actually Rengar is going to go down there as Shen did stand United down. But Urgot does go down and Lux collects the killing spree gold. But
let's just clarify here. It was a 1-for-1 trade and a 5v3 engagement.
Yes. And that is probably not good.
They will lose blue buff, they're going to lose more farm and mid. That needed to be a triple kill at minimum, because they're not even getting a dragon off it.
No. In fact, this lane's going to push back if Shen stays here. Tarek and Shen more than happy. I mean, Malphite's still here, but his ult's down. There's not a whole lot he can do anymore. And yeah, skills are going to go back. Cat there pushed in the mid. Just thanks for the fun, I'll see you later. Still 15
and look, someone had to die for MVP there, but that's, you know, that trade is way in their advantage.
Someone almost didn't die though, which was...
which, scary thing to say.
Yeah. Bangkok Titans, I mean, their intentions are good. You can see, you know, we kind of talked about it, you know, they're going to likely go all in once there's a lot of level 6s, and they did. And it did a decent job there of trying to counter the Stand United from Shen. But
the Lux ult missing was very awkward.
It was. I think it was just positioned. I'm not quite sure what Lux was trying to hit there, but...
It wasn't missing by much. It was one of those situations where if it hit, I'd just, you know, think that the hitbox was a bit bugged, but I know they've adjusted the hitbox since, so this is on an older patch, so I was actually surprised it didn't hit, but again, A missed skill shot is a missed skill shot, I guess.
Yeah, and Lux is certainly a champion where, again, you want to hit all them skill shots up on the top lane. Paranoia up the top lane. Good taunt in there as well. Giving enough time for the feeder proc, and that's a dead Malphite. It's just a matter of who gets the kill, and Shen does. Red buff there cleans it up very nicely. That was a really nice combo there, chaining that CC together. And yeah, poor Malphite had very little chance in there. Oh, a lane swap here from Bangkok Titans. Trying to get themselves a little bit of breathing room.
They gotta try something different.
They do, because bottom lane clearly isn't working. Rengar in from the jungle actually farming down right now. With that heart of gold early on. And Nofi's just chilling. Going through the jungle. Still a double buff. Gonna do a bit of counter jungling here. Take out these wolves. And why not? He knows Rengar's down bottom. What's he gonna do? Try and take them? Don't think so.
That's the price of getting that sweet lane golden experience, is that gives the enemy jungler free reign to go and ruin your jungle.
Which Nofi is basically taking the liberty of doing right now. Double Ruby Crystal up for Tarek actually. From me 5. That's quite aggressive. Maybe looking to do some diving from Tarek. Tarek's a pretty good dive guy. Diving support's not normally what we think of, but certainly Tarek has a decent build.
There's going to be a dive.
Yeah. There's catch down here as well. Goodbye, NDD. And the Urgot ult didn't even need to finish channeling.
The pink ward also a little bit superfluous because NOD never even got his ult off.
No.
Actually, it counted for some reason. It's on cooldown now.
Maybe he did use it. Cute pink ward though. Just to make sure that Rengar did die. Shen actually fighting back in the top lane here. Bit of
oh, what a clutch flash. He missed in a massive engagement in mid there. Nocturne last second flash during the cast time of Final Spark. It was clutch to say the least.
And retains his oracles as a result. Pretty important elixir to have right now. And bottom tower goes down as well for MVP Blue.
Melee's been, just the most acute angles off both times, but the result is no kill.
And maybe a dragon now for MVP Blue. There we are. It kicks off. Noxian corrosive charge. Hits on the dragon. Urgot's going to be the one to tank this because Nocturne doesn't have too much health. But it's going to be pretty speedy. And there we are. Goodbye, dragon. Bit of extra gold there for MVP. Looking very strong still. 7-1 right now, the kill score. 1-0 in
7,000 gold difference as well at the 12-minute mark.
And look, that haunting guys from Cat. Plus them Sork shoes. Really taking out that Lux's health pretty quickly here. And this is, what we've seen. The very standard Magic Pen Katarina build.
Yep, 50 flat Magic Pen already.
Probably going Abyssal as well, but doesn't have to necessarily. It's just certainly what we've seen a lot of. Back up on top. How's Graves doing? 73 to 90, so he's got a bit more CS up here in top lane. Malphite is very depressingly behind on CS, unfortunately. Double GPT going to help him out a little bit, but it'll take a short while for them to really kick in. But yeah,
But no pressure on Shen here up the top lane. He's just happily farming.
And pretty happy Shen. Got Merc Treads and the Phage up now as well. Rengar is coming here, but so is Urgot, Tarek, and Nocturne. All of who have their ultimates up.
If they're just going to happily farm up top, you might as well just have the Leona roam because she's not contributing anything just sitting there. There's no passive benefit to Graves apart from intimidation factor.
That's true. And Graves probably feels quite comfortable against Shen. Again, with his aggressive Nocturne build set, Pillar Graves into Magic, very efficient.
Well, Shen doesn't need to make anything happen. His team is already winning landslide. All he has to do is farm. So he's quite happy for Graves to, auto-attack him twice in between clearing a creep wave.
Yeah, they've actually land swapped again. Sunchip's down there cleaning up some of the CS. Annoying Malphite, denying him more CS. But they have swapped now again, and looks like...
We have a massive skirmish up top.
Yeah, we're going to have a fight here. Lots of people going in. It's 3v3, I think, right now. See Tarek flashing out of the way there, and Xera's in a little bit of trouble. There's the teleport. Great ult there from Skills. And Hermes taking a lot of damage. I think he will go down, and Nevermind also quite low. And there's the Paranoia. Graves knows, but he kicks it up there. But Nofi could lose the Oracles there. That's a great taunt from Shen, though.
Katarina's trying to get there as damn fast as possible.
Yeah, trying to run. Sentinel was used from Shen as well. Good flash there as the Zenith Blade almost catches Shen. And now they're going to turn around because they know Cat's here. Yeah, Cat ready to play clean up, but Bangkok Titans have already backed out. And again, only a trade for Bangkok Titans despite committing so many summoner spells.
And they'll lose a turret.
They will, which is not an even trade at the end of it. Certainly not what they wanted. And, ooh, could be fun fight cape up for Shen. Very good item on him. Oh, nice light binding. Well, that was wonky. Nice.
All of them are slightly wonky. I'm not even sure what's happening with the light binding situation and the final spark.
Okay, final spark. That was a weird hitbox that didn't hit. Maybe Nocturne spell shielded, but I don't think I saw it. That was just bizarre. I saw a little bit of that as well with some of the crescendos we saw. Actually, I think it was it? Might have even been MVP against. No, it was against the Cogwell, that's for sure. But yeah, it was just the weirdest thing ever. Sona would keep crescendoing and it just seemed to miss every now and then, even though it looked like it was straight on top of him. So, not too sure what's going on with some of these hitboxes, but you know.
Someone in chat talking about how it's been a known bug. I've definitely seen lots of skill shots really bug out in Champions, but it's almost been egregious how much has happened here. And I know they're doing a lot of work to fix both Lux and general skill shot functionality, but obviously not in place here at the Kha'Zix patch.
Yeah, that is, I guess, one of the bad benefits of having to be behind. I mean, you know, being behind from live isn't too bad. You know, the patch generally is quite stable, but you know, if there are bugs that haven't been fixed out yet, that you know haven't quite had the time to get hot fixed, and it can be a bit awkward. MvP here gonna get caught out. Nevermind coming in as well. 4v2 here actually, and Sunchip is trying to save the team, but they're gonna go in. There's the Death Lotus from Cat. Leo picks up the kill though onto Tarek, but Sunchip is absolutely ripping apart people. And there's a quick double kill there for Cat, and one kill there as well for Nocturne. So they trade to support Tarek for 3 others. And MvP are pretty happy with that. And here comes Urgot. Shrugging out the Acid Hunters. He's got a pickaxe actually after that Manamune. So I guess he's building into Last Whisper early on. Really going for all the armor penetration on Urgot.
And the chat pointing out that they did catch the spell shield for the last time, which very well might have been there. We see Malphite take a lot of damage here, but should survive.
Gets spear swap there, Stand United. There's Unstoppable Force, gonna be close, but he flashes out. Nice clutch Shen ult there as well to make sure it didn't take enough damage. No fear, almost died, the snipes. Not gonna happen.
It's just no ults allowed this game. And yeah, there definitely was a spell shield there. I rewinded to that bit. So apologies to chat. We are definitely aware of that Nocturne W ability, but there definitely has been some close calls this game. Yeah. So we'll keep watching, keep being vigilant.
Clutch reactions there from Murphy. I did suggest that may have been what happened. I could have just missed it, and turns out that you know that is the case. Surprising absolutely no one. But MVP Blue still in a very comfortable position here in this game. Actually, 10,000 gold in the lead already. Jeez, that is brutal.
And you were correct about Cat just stacking all that flat magic pen with the Abyssal Scepter up to 70 magic pen.
Ready to go. Nice life fighting there into MvP actually. There's the follow-up Zenith play, the damage in from Nevermind. Hermes coming in as well. There's a jump on from NDD. And Tarek, he's going to go down. They don't even need the laser, and Rengar picks that kill up. More light bindings. Great catch there with a double snare. And Nofi's coming in as well. Rengar with the double. There's one for Nocturne onto Leona. Maybe a little too much here for Nofi. Who knows? He's going to try and get out of this, but Sunchip's in as well. And there's the Cat playing cleanup. Death Lotus comes out. NDD is dead. Nofi picks that one up, and Katarina trying to follow in. But a great series of skill shots there. Both the snare and the slow straight in the way of Cat to prevent any more kills from happening. But despite a good spot there for the Bangkok Titans, they're still only trading, and it has to be so frustrating. You know, the enemy team's playing aggressive. You're doing what you can to stay in this game and, you know, try and wean out a few free kills, but it's just not happening for them. MVP are
and their positioning and grouping has been good. You know, they've been getting 5-man engages at will. It's just the cavalry that's coming for MVP, you know, the ones that don't have the teleport or just, you know, hightailing it there like Cat, they're just so strong because of this gold lead, because of their CS. They're ahead in almost every metric, and when they do show up, devastating effect, just like that Katarina right there.
Yeah, and Cat actually twice now has really just been, you know, the janitor. Really been on cleanup duty for the last few skirmishes, and Cat loves cleanup duty. It's probably her favorite thing in the whole world. Just reset after reset, all those low health champions.
And a fairly cost-effective build just gives so much reward with Cat. All that magic pen. You know, when you're getting resets, you know, when you're able to use your spells so often, and the fact that our ratios, you know, are average, they're definitely on the lower end, except for our ult, which is quite good. Magic pen, perfect stat for her.
Yeah, and we've talked a lot about, you know, why the Cats go the armor pen build. The reasons you explained there. Very, very enlightening.
Magic pen.
Magic pen's good.
It's Graves going armor pen this game. He's kind of gone for an emergency brutalizer.
I said armor pen, that's a bit awkward. Feel like it's getting
almost as awkward as the emergency brutalizer.
Yeah, almost. Not as awkward though as missing the spell shield there against the Lux ultimate.
Like being 0-4-5 as Graves and then having to build a dead end AD item just to be relevant is super worrying.
Nice slow there from Malphite from Murgot. Onto Malphite from Murgot. There's a laser coming in. Shenlo in as well. Sunship time to do the damage. Just a lot of it there in Malphite. The reset's coming in hard and fast for Cat. There's a double, almost a triple. There's the triple. Oh no, there's the double apparently. And up into the triple. There's the triple. The Sunship flushes out into the Wraith camp to get out of the way. And MVP Blue still a 4-0 in that team fight. And that's, you know, we talked about Bangkok Titans doing a good job grouping together, trying to pick people off. But when MVP are ahead, and when they group, that is what happens. 4 very clean kills there, with almost Bangkok Titans. And they're going to lose their blue buff here, and they're probably going to lose Baron buff in here as well. I guess they're lucky they're not losing their inhibitors at this point. But MVP Blue have just put on an absolute showcase in these 2 games. And I don't think they're in any danger of losing this one anytime soon. Which means we may just have our semi-finalists all lined up.
We see them secure Baron very contestedly here.
And there we are, Baron Nashor. Everybody goes back to standard what can only be a fairly large portion of gold, I'd imagine. Leona
Let's
there.
have a look. Oh boy, Katarina now. Sitting on almost a straight death cap, 600 gold short.
Wow, 3,200 and 1,500 for almost everybody but Nocturne. He's sitting at close to 1,000 at 870. Oh, apparently he spent it. No, that's CS. I'm stupid. Never mind. It's definitely not getting
No
late.
question, basically. No comment.
At least I noticed this time. It's alright. We'll just have some more energy drink and we'll
Or
be sweet.
Nocturne, the only one sub 1,000 gold, but that will change now.
There we go. 1,000 gold now for Nocturne. With a bit to spare as well. MVP Blue just have opened up these last 2 games here.
A couple people mentioned that Cat's passive needs nerfs. I think the current plan is to nerf the base values by 20 on both Q and W, which means that even when you get resets, you know, that's 20 less flat damage, which makes the, I guess, the Magic Pen build slightly less desirable because you've got the lower base damages. But yeah, I think they'll have to keep evaluating her because it feels like she's just starting to hit her stride in competitive play, and we've seen that whenever she gets going, she's just has amazing team fight presence, as we all know she's has the potential for.
And it's funny because Cat for the longest time was, you know, practically unplayable in the eyes of the competitive scene for a while. I mean, you know, the only champion was of course Skara, who even then recognized that, you know what, this champion is really awkward to lane with. So, you know, they retooled that a bit, fixed it so that Cat has a much more comfortable laning phase now. And, you know, just streamlined her, and it's to the point now where what she used to do, she still does, but now just getting there is a little bit easier. And so, yeah.
And that's why, I mean, the famous video where Scar was squeeing about getting the reset, that was exception. Yeah, that was exceptional Cat play on a champion that was very underplayed, but it's kind of something we're seeing both solo queue and competitive gaming. You know, you almost don't bat your eyelid when Cat gets a triple kill, and that's something that, you know, teams might need to evolve strategies against her. That might be part of it, or it might be that our numbers are just slightly out of line.
And probably a bit of both, as is usually the case. To be fair, we have seen quite a few Cat bans this qualifier. A lot of people being like, no, that lady's good. Don't want any of her in my games, thank you. And last is completed for Urgot now as well. He is just shredding through people right now with his builds. And a GA is up, by the way. He's got the nice puffy white swells.
And the good point is that to get that reset back in the day was so dependent on getting your ult damage out, which, you know, wasn't compressed, which was very tough to get. You know, you need that Rylaze or the Gunblade to get Kaida, but with the compressed ultimate and the strength of her W, the strength of the 50% movement speed buff and the flat damage, you know, just adding a damage spell to a champion seems to have tipped her over the edge.
Yeah, and, you know, I'm sure that'll be evaluated. But certainly, you know, this patch, we talk about it, hasn't been a whole lot of change in this one, because, you know, we are kind of back on what is essentially the Season 2 patch. And Cat, it's kind of nice to see it being picked up a little bit more. So, we'll see her in this form for a little while longer, I think.
Here comes the last fight, you'd have to say.
NDD coming in, invisible, but Skills gets absolutely obliterated there on Malphite. And there's the swap from Mogot in there as well. Never mind getting owned in there as well. Leah lasers out there through the rest of them, it doesn't do almost anything. And there's a double kill for Tarek. The support going big, picks up some kills. And that's
4-2-14, Manmo Tarek.
channeling the spirit of Ghosty Pepper. All the kills securing. And you know, Lux here is going to try and defend, but 3-0 there. Oh man, the damage on the Lux. No, they don't quite have enough here, but it's not going to matter. There goes the Nexus for Bangkok Titans, and MVP Blue will be our last semi-finalist. One of 4 teams left fighting to see who gets to go through to IEM Singapore.